everyone, this is Julie with Bead, and I'm gonna make a pair of moon earrings with you. So actually it's gonna be moon tassel earrings, and these are gonna be fun. I haven't done the sample up ahead of time because I wanted to show you the really cool strand of beads you get here. So these are by Raven's Journey, and they are these moon faces, and they have so much detail to them. They're just really, really cool beads, and you get a lot of them. So you have to imagine when we do this project, we're gonna be using 2 of them, but you can make a lot of pairs of this earring, or you could make like a stretch bracelet or something. You wouldn't even need to add much more to this, and it'd be a really fun design. So we're gonna be using the Raven's Journey beads here. These are Czech glass. We're going to be using a tassel chain. So this is fun. It's this really fun tassel chain. And then we're gonna be using some actual tassels. So we're gonna pair the tassel chain with the tassels. I've got some prestige pearls in crystal moonlight pearl, which is kind of like a shimmery, silvery white color. So I thought that accented the color of the beads really well. And then I've just got your basic findings. I've got some head pins, some jump rings, and I have what's called, kind of often referred to as an unfinished earring hook. So basically it's an earring hook with a long post instead of a loop. And with this, we can add a bead to it and finish off the end however we like. So we're gonna be using that as well. So those are our supplies. Tools, just your basic tools. So you've got a couple pairs of chain nose pliers, a cutter, and then either a round nose plier or a wire looping plier. I do like the wire looping plier, so I'm gonna be using that, but you can use a round nose as well. And that's it. So we're gonna design this here in the video, and we're gonna get started right now. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this strand. So I'm gonna go ahead and there's just a little piece of like plastic going through it right there, just a little string. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that. And you can see these beads come out, and the hole is drilled from the top of the head to the bottom. So that's gonna be really easy to work with. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to kind of lay out what I want my design to be. So I'm thinking that I want, of course, the post up top, I wanna add one of these little pearls to it. Then I'll have the moon face. And then I'm thinking a little segment of the tassel chain on top of the actual tassel. So if you look at the construction of this tassel chain, basically you have all these little tassel charms connected to jump rings. So the core chain is a series of jump rings, and then you've got the little tassels. So I think I don't want it to be too long. So I think I want a segment of 3 intact jump rings with their tassels on them to be my main segment there. So what you're going to do is that you're going to count. So 1, 2, 3 jump rings, and then on the 4th one, you're going to cut it because they are closed jump rings. They're not open jump rings. So I can't open and close them and keep that intact. So I'm just going to make sure that cut is good, and then go ahead and separate it out. Okay, so here you're gonna have another little tassel here that's just a freebie. Maybe you wanna use it with something else or another project. You got a couple of them from cutting that jump ring. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's see, I'll do another chain of 3 here, because when you're building a pair of earrings, it is sometimes easier to do everything kind of assembly line, where you cut the same pieces at the same time. Did I? Yes, I got 3. I thought I had 2 for a minute there. Okay, so I'm actually gonna be done with that chain. I can just put it aside. You buy that by the inch over at beadaholique.com. So you know that you'll be able to use that for another project. All right, so we've got the chain separated out. We've got the tassels. We've got these beads separated out. And now we're gonna go ahead and add our pearl to our earring hook. So to do that, you're just gonna place the pearl on the base of the hook, just like so, and then you're gonna take your round nose or wire looping, and you're just going to make a little loop with this wire. So we're just going to grab it on the end, bend it, make that nice little loop, and then what I like to do is notch it back a little, so I just kind of pull it back a little bit. And now we've got a finished earring hook with a bead on it, in this case, the little pearl. So we're gonna repeat that action again. So we just put that little pearl on there, slide it all the way up to the curve so you have as much room to work with here for this wire end. And we're going to do the same exact thing and try to make your loops about the same size. That's kind of a good general jewelry making tip, is if you are making a matched pair of earrings, you do want your loops to match as much as possible. All right, so now we're actually ready to start assembling things together because we've got the cut chain linked and we've got the earring hooks all set. I'm going to start with the core, which for me, the core is my focal, and my focal is that little moon bead. So what I want to do is, you could do this with wire too. I was using head pins because I want to use head pins later on in the design, and it saved me another ingredient, but you could do this with wire as well. Basically what you want is a straight piece of wire. So I'm cutting the head off of the head pin, and I'm going to make a little loop, and I'm going to make the loop right about here. So I've got about 1/2 inch there. I'm just going to bend over and crisscross, and I want to make this really nice and secure. So I'm going to do a little wrapped wire loop, but what I do is I just grab my chain nose pliers, I just kind of notched it back a little to make a little opening in there. And now I'm going to take my tassel chain, one of the end jump rings. See, I probably need to open that up just a wee bit more. Okay, so again, it was 3 jump rings. I want the end jump ring. And I want it between the 2 tassel charms. There we go. So it's gonna hold it like that. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close that loop back up. And we are going to make a little wrapping. And if your hands have lotion on them or they get a little sweaty, you can take your other pair of chain nose pliers to use to grip that wire. And then what you can do is you can make as many wraps as you want. I'm not really going for the wrapped look on this one. I just want it secure. So I just did basically one nice full wrap there, just so that it's not gonna come undone. And trim it. And there we go. Tuck our tail. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put on our main focal bead. So this is what this looks like at this point. And we're going to make a wrapped wire loop up top. Now, because the earring hooks we already made, and actually I'm looking at this, I wanna see if I wanna put a pearl up top too. No, I think the pearl up top is gonna be the pearl that's part of the earring hook. Okay, so we're gonna grab it with our pliers where it exits. We're gonna have a little bit of a gap. You see there's a little bit of gap there, a little breathing room. Okay, push it down, rotate it up. Okay, so now we've got a loop right there. We'll get that in focus. And again, we're just going to make a little wrap. And my hands are a little slippery today. So I'm just gonna use my other pliers to do my wrapping. And again, I just am going for security, not aesthetic look of a lot of wraps on this one. If you want, you can definitely do more wraps, and you can, use a longer piece of wire, whatever you like on that. But here we go, is what we've got so far. And now I'm gonna put the earring hook on it. Just open up that loop we just made and slip our little moon tassel guy on here. Okay, close it on up. So here's what we've got so far with our design. And now we're ready to add the longer tassel as well. And I think I want to add some more of these pearls. I do really like them as well. Okay, now we're going to grab this. I have these little jump rings right here. So we're just going to take a little jump ring and we're going to open it up. And then we're going to slip it through the little ring. So you see on that tassel, there's a ring. You can just slip that jump ring through it, and then we're going to go to our tassel chain, and there's 2 metal tassels on every chain link. So I want to place this jump ring between the 2. So you can see that right there. So I'm just going to find that little gap, slip it on there, and close her on up. And so we've got this for our earring so far, which is this really fun, dangly tassel moon earring. And you could absolutely leave it like this. It would be a really cute earring. I want more pearls though. I think I want 2 more pearls for each. So I'm just going to go ahead and place a pearl onto a head pin. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, on this case, make a simple wire loop. And bend it over. If you want, you can do some wrappings here too. I think it's not as needed on this one because it's not the core of the main project, or the main earring. So here we go. And there, twist over. And we're gonna make that one. And then we can open up this simple little loop, and we're going to attach it to our tassel chain. And you can attach this anywhere you want. So I'm just gonna attach it up top and close it. And I don't know, we could go with just one, or I'm gonna see how one looks attached a little lower too. So almost like we have cascading pearls for this. Okay, and then let's see how this looks. There, that's cute. I like it. Okay, so you can do whatever you want. You could add more pearls, you could skip the pearls. So I did start making the second earring here, some of the components for it, but I'm not gonna assemble it in the video. If you get stuck on a step, you can rewind or rewatch the video, of course. But we did all the techniques, and now we've got our really cool moon tassel pearl earring. And again, it's these nice beads by Raven's Journey. They are Czech glass. They come in a really big strand. You get a lot of these moon faces. So you're gonna be able to make a lot of these earrings. And then that's another thing too, with this tassel chain, you can buy it by the inch, but you can see how much you get. This, I think, was 2 inches that I bought. So I got a lot for 2 inches. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. The full product ingredient list is available over at beadaholic.com. There's a link in the description of this video for it, so you can click on that. It'll take you to the website, and it'll take you specifically to the page that has this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and check out all our other Raven's Journey beads and all our other jewelry projects over at beadaholic.com.